Hey guys, I'm into a new build. I had shot some footage earlier, but I lost it off my card. Well, I deleted it off my card. But the new build is the Kittyhawk 132nd Mirage 2000. Really I've been looking forward to this kit for a while. I've always liked the Mirage. I think it's pretty cool looking. For reference, I have this book, and it's fantastic. I don't want to show too much of it, but very detailed. It's awesome. So definitely, it comes from Greece. As far as I know, it does anyways. Eagle Aviation Under the Skin. They do a few different books. I've got an Apache one, an F-16 one. I think I bought an F4 one as well. Amazing. Definitely worth the money. So far, this kit is Kittyhawk's best work yet, as far as I'm concerned. And that's not to say it's not flawed. It has some issues, but they're workable. They're doable. This is, as far as I've got with it, I've almost got the airframe together. Ready for primer almost. Do my seam checks. It's gone together pretty good. Now, I'll talk about some of the annoying things. Where to start? The cockpit. You can't see the cockpit right now, but what's annoying about the cockpit? It all went together pretty good. I don't have the seat in yet. I've added some placards to the seat and weathered it a little bit. Added a little bit of piping. This is on me, but I despise photo etch belts. I absolutely hate them. I'm not very good at doing them. To me, this looks like crap. I think I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to try and I'll either make a Tamiya tape belt, or I'll get some fabric belts, whether they're HDW or Edward, I don't know yet, but and try and modify it. I actually have a belt left over from Italeri Mirage 3 that to me looks more accurate. It's got like a big buckle down here that's blue, and this has it as well. So this isn't accurate as far as I can tell. I don't think this belt is really proper. There's that. They didn't give you a throttle stick whatsoever. They forgot it. So you either have to scratch build one, which isn't a huge deal, or steal one from another kit. I think that was the only issues with the cockpit. Then I got into the gear bay. I've detailed this one up. Pretty good detail for out of box. You'll notice something. This gear is not in it, and it should be. The kit instructions call for this being installed. I did this, some of their callouts for paint I think are off. I did this gear strut in, I think I used magnesium, and then I used some Ushi Van der Rossen powder and polished that oleo up so it looks chromy. Then I used, I think it's FS3675, a light gray color on these lights, and I chipped them, wore the paint off a bit, give it some wear. I also used Molotov chrome inside to make it look like a light lens in there. came out not bad. But like a complete moron, which I am a complete moron, it seems. I do stupid shit all the time. I forgot to put this gear bay in completely when I put the two fuselage halves together. So to get it in, I had to pull the gear out of it, slip it through an intake before these were on, and get it super glued from inside, which I could do because the intake was off and the nose wasn't on yet. So from the front and through here I could get it in place, and I actually got it pretty good. So I lucked out on that. Hopefully I'll be able to get this gear back in. Worst case scenario, I'll have to cut one of the tabs off of it and glue it solid, I guess. Once we got the fuselage halves together, we're into the intake trunks. Now, I painted these, I pre-painted them. They actually go together pretty good. And I took enamel paint, thinned the hell out of it like a wash, and I got my demarcation line there in red with that. The fit is pretty good on these. It's not 100%, but it is pretty good. Sorry if you can hear my son squawking up there. He's got a bad attitude some days. But yeah, the fit was not bad there. And then the wings went on, and the fit was actually pretty good there as well. You can see a little bit of putty. People usually use the Vallejo or the plastic putty stuff. I do not. I don't like that stuff. I use old school Testors putty and wipe it off. If there's any residue, I use IPA on a cotton bud or a Q-tip and wipe her down. So that fit was good. Intake's not bad. That seam is awful. It's awful. It's on the top as well. Hard to get in here. It's really bad. I don't like it. There's not really any way to deal with it. I'm hoping by the time, well, I've already test fit, so I know it's not going to save it, but I think there's another ring that goes on here anyways, but before this. But you're going to see it. Maybe the aftermarket will come out and save that. If I can get in there to see the ring. Not enough light, I don't think. But it's not bad detail in there, it's just that seam's pretty bad. This fit was pretty good. Not bad in here. And they give you 4 or 5 options. I'm guessing there's like a C and then there's like a -5 or something. I don't know what they all mean, but I'm going to do a Greek one, and it called for this, so I'm hoping that's accurate. The nose fit was not bad. It does that weird, and Italeri did it with their, or Italeri did it with their Mirage. It's like this is a circle and this is ovaled a little bit, so it just doesn't match up 100%. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but you get what I'm saying. But it's not bad. It's not nearly as bad as the Italeri one. It was horrendous. It made me actually bin one of my kits. I did the recce one with a different nose, and then the other one I had to bin it. This canopy fit wasn't fantastic. Also not the worst I've seen, but that is always an annoyance for me, is the canopy fit, because I'm always paranoid. If I get too much extra thin in there, is it going to wick up and fog it? I'm hoping that didn't happen here. I'm actually going to order another kit just in case it did, I think. Because I'll definitely build the D when it comes out, but I really like this aircraft. Like I said in the last kit I did, which was a Zucchimura one, the door fit wasn't fantastic here or here. The air brakes fit wasn't fantastic. You have to sand the detail off the inside and muck around with it. I almost swore. And the gun bay fit here was terrible. I had to put plastic card underneath it. Just a terrible fit altogether. And here are what's left of the gun bays. I tore them out because they interfered. On the intakes, these didn't fit very well. I think they're under scale. They're open. I don't know if they should be, but that's how I left them. Now, the leading edge slats, they only give you the possibility of having them open as well. So I had to cut little, they did come with actuators, but I just cut little pieces of plastic and filled these. And there's also, you can't see because it's the kit plastic, same color. There's actuators here that I had to cut and put in, modify it to make it work. Flaps fit not bad. I did put nose weight in this. I didn't know if it needed it. I don't think it mentioned it, but I did anyways. And I also, under here you can't see it, I cut the combing out and I put mesh in. Excuse me. I'll see if I can get a picture here quickly of what I'm talking about. These are the best ones I have. So, there's a mesh in here that you can see through. And to my knowledge, the framing and everything isn't quite accurate. But you can see through this mesh, and you can see cabling through it. So I actually took some Cat 5, like Ethernet cable, spooled it up and underneath it, and stuck mesh in there. My frame is kind of crappy and rudimentary, but I'm hoping it's hidden by the canopy where it's painted. If not, like I said, I'll probably tear this off, tear it off and redo it, but we'll see. Hopefully it works out good. Let's think about anything else. The wheel bay actually have nice detail. I have to prime and paint these, but there's some more odds and ends to go in there. They're nicely detailed. This kit's actually, you know, despite the, I call them Kittyhawk annoyances, it's pretty good. It really is. Here's an example of things that annoy me, but it's workable. I'm just going to bust that off. As you can see, there's like, I don't know if you would call that ejector points where they molded it or not, but at least it's on the side that glues down, but it can mess with fit, and it's a prick to clean up because it's in between the pins. Oh, that reminds me. On the inside of these intakes, there's 2 locating tab pins. I cut them off because it was interfering with the fit. So I sanded the insides flush and got better fit doing that. Now there's these little photo etch pieces that are supports that glue from here to the airframe. I'll stick them in. I'm just worried with paint and weathering whether I'm gonna wreck it or not and lose one. But yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I think this is one of their better efforts, and it's a sick aircraft. It really is. So yeah, anybody that doesn't model 132nd, you're wrong. Go 132nd, and I'll update once I get some more stuff done. Thanks, guys.